Very good afternoon to all of you. So, are you ready for the another session? Okay, great, great. Well, first of all, I would like to thanks to Technia, the entire management, uh, Professor Rathod, and
Are you aware about Professor Anup Girdhar? How many of you are aware of him? He is a big technocrat, right? And in a way, he's been deliverance on the forensic sciences as far as cyber crimes are concerned. And he's a consultant to the Delhi police for the cyber crimes. And he's one of the important trainers for the cyber crime for the Delhi police arm at Dwarka. So he will be settling out a lot of your queries with regard to cyber crimes and IT related aspects of the IT applicability on various applications, how we can be able to bug into it and how we can be able to solve those hacking and the problem solvings. So please, sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot. So, it's indeed pleasure to be a part of a wonderful conference and wonderful audience. And I really appreciate the way, like, even the students were interactive and asking lots of question answers. So, I hope this session would be also, again, more interactive, more innovative, because now we have eminent speakers also along with me who are really doing a great job in computer science and their own streams. And the topic for this particular session is basically we are going to talk again what is exactly the purpose of higher education, and we are trying to connect, correlate with the specific computer science streams like AI, artificial intelligence, that is another is machine learning, cybersecurity, and how it becomes more, will increase the employability of this particular topic. So this is what like the agenda of this panel discussion. And along with me, I appreciate Dr. Harleen Kaur is there. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you so much to be a part of our DIAS. And Mr. Tripathi is there from Ericent. And again, Dr. Khatri is also there with us, especially, no doubt, I think, the ideology of this center, Dr. Rathod. None other than, I think he need a big round of applause, first of all, because the way he was actually supporting what the time means. I think I connected this Technia since, I think, 2004 or 5, somehow. It's been more than 14, 15 years. And every time, whenever I come to Technia, whenever I'll sit with Dr. Rathod and his entire team, they're more talking about the issues, they are more talking about the technology, they are more talking about the innovation. So this is what I always, and that's what like I feel more comfortable to be a part of this Technia, because they always have some solutions or they have some issues. Let us talk on that. Let us resolve those issues. So I really appreciate, sir, your
Please,
entire
sir,
team.
thank you.
Okay. So as per the topic is concerned, employability. I think this employability, if I'll correlate with my domain, as I'm more into cybersecurity and more into research, there is one very important topic in cybersecurity. We'll talk always on one of the topic called reverse engineering. So if I'll correlate with your higher education and where you are looking for employability, let us do the higher education on the basis of reverse engineering. So I think if we'll think from the employability perspective, what is exactly the demand of the industry, and our upcoming graduates, undergrads, postgrads, especially higher education means even researchers, are they compliant? Are they compliant to the industrial standards? Are they compliant? Where exactly the need is, and need of what? Or even, can we create the needs? So even we'll talk about entrepreneurship. We'll talk about the demand of the industry. So I always recommend, if you really want to be into this domain, and we are talking lots of things, even I was sitting and attending a great thought process. All other eminent speakers said many things on these grounds. So only what I need to add, I think if we'll do a reverse engineering, what is the task? What is the outcome? If you understand the outcome, I think on that basis, you start your learning. Means even luckily today, even my daughter is also one of the participant. I always say, beta, what you want? What is the level of achievement you want?
So big clapping for the your daughter over here to be part of Passman.
So, what is you want to achieve? If you want to achieve, say, this particular part, then how you will achieve? So, again, the basic questions which we always talk about, what you want, how you will do, where you do, when you will do. So, if we have the answers of these queries, I think we'll get some solutions. Right. On these grounds, technology. Now, why technology? Why computer science is a part of it? Even in nowadays, it's a hybrid model. Most of the MBAs, I think you all are from MBA backgrounds? BCA? Okay, great. So basically, more of you are from technology with management perspective. Most of the people are more with higher education, researchers. Can we correlate all these things? Because nowadays, everything is more hybrid, right? And computer science is basically a backbone of many things, whatever you want to achieve. What all the types of problems or issues you have, I think computer science can give you. It act like a tool for you. So what are all the different type of tools? What are the real-time scenarios and what is the real demand? I think we're going to talk about, and our other speakers are also have lots of things. We have again limited time, so we'll speak limited. I directly hand over my mic to Dr. Haleen Kaur. She's from Jamia Hamdard, and she has lots of experience. Even I shared dais again in Technia last year.
Yes.
So I was really admired to her thought process. I'll just hand over the mic to her, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you please give your thought process, say, for 5-10 minutes? Is that okay, sir? Accordingly, we'll manage. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Please,
thank
hand
you,
over to you, ma'am.
Dr. Anup, sir. And I believe that technology is always good for employability. That basically it is an enabler, where if we need to, in higher education, if we need to revise our curriculum with the MOOCs, because nowadays AICT is approving that 20% courses will be replacing with the MOOCs. That is massive open learning courses. If we try to increase some of the courses of the technology part, for example, if we increase some courses of big data, IoT, artificial intelligence, in open learning, that is online courses, it plays a very important role in employability. And AICT also in higher education, they are supporting a lot for employability. For example, in a Coursera is one of the organization where they open learning courses they are doing. Students are paying and they can, based on number of hours, 20 hours or 30 hours per day or in a weekly hours, they can opt for some of the courses which are used for employability. They can enhance their employability knowledge based on that. For example, if I need to know the courses on AI, artificial intelligence, and big data, I go to Coursera and enroll myself, pay the amount, and at the last, I get the knowledge. What I get the certification of a particular course. So in a higher education, this plays a very important role, and it would give a better employability. For example, in IoT and cybersecurity, this is a very new nowadays domain is there, application domain. Machine learning is there, AI is there, big data is there. So what happened? This, if we need to increase the employability, we need to, in higher education, we need to revise our curriculum. So for the revision of the curriculum, we need to add these courses so that the students can get the better employability in terms of these courses. So in the machine learning is there, various application domains are there. In application domains of machine learning, for example, health informatics are there, robotics are there, artificial intelligence are there. So we can get a very good employability in that. For example, Government of India is also supporting in this. They have Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is there. So one can get initiated with this. Schemes are there. Government of India, they are supporting this. AICT is supporting this for getting a very, for getting a technology for employability, better employability. Improvement is there in this Government of India schemes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. See, that's very important. Like as employability is one of the major concern. Anybody heard about the types of schemes as Dr. Kaur was discussing about? I think there was one of the very good scheme from the DRDO, and it was an open platform. If you have ideas, come with your ideas. You can submit ideas, and if your idea got selected, initially they started with the basic funding of 3 lakh rupees for individuals, which may extend to up to 5 lakh rupees. And if there is any group or any body or any organization who really want to get into any particular project and looking for some funds, again, they have a project up to 10 lakh rupees, which is directly funded. I think just last December 31st was the last date only for this particular part, which may extend even for up to almost of 6 months. So that project was open, and government is looking for a real-time ideas. And again, from the defensive side, even they have shared their own topics. See, this is what the kind of problem which we are facing. Can you come with that? Do you have any good ideas? Can you innovate something? Do you have skills? So again, as we discussed, go for reverse engineering. What is reverse engineering? It's clearly state, can you build this particular product or a service? And for that, in case if you really want funds, being a student means you're learning. So learning while earning is also one of the very good model. Even a very simple example, even in my previous sessions also I discussed. Why don't you make a small projects? Like, how many of you really have a basic idea, like anybody is working on email servers? You know emails? Can I see the hands who have Gmail, email IDs? Wow, great. Whenever I'm in security, I always say, hey, stop using it or take precautions. Because you're not aware, your data gets stolen by many third-party companies, even Google. And basically, they are using your data because now everybody is greedy about data. And what they are doing with that data, they're basically, right, why they are giving you free. Remember, nothing is free. But their services all, even more than 200 plus application of Google is free. What is the purpose? The purpose is to grab the data from all the different aspects. That is the only and only purpose. But what they will do with that data? So as very correctly said by ma'am, like we have lots of, now big data is there. We have information, and that information is actually correlated with different data mining techniques, you know, management techniques, business intelligence techniques. So if today you have an idea, to implement that idea, how you'll use your technology to implement that, and how you'll generate the outcomes on that basis. I think instead of learning, like I'll go for MBA, MCA, or PhD, MPhil, no, I think how much you want to earn? Earn, say from today onwards, or say next, in a short-term plans like in next 6 months or 1 year down the line. What about 5 years down the line? How much you want to earn? And if you really want to earn, as very correctly said in the morning also and in the previous sessions also, can you ever think, can you have that outcome to generate? So correlate your skills to generate that fund. And again, the initial part is, if you're looking for a fund generation from any investor or any stakeholders, why they'll come and generate a fund and give the funds to you? Based on how much outcome you'll generate. So you have to come with the business plans, good business plans. I've seen the major problem with the higher education. We are very good programmer. We are very good developer. We are very, very good in all the different domains, whatever is available in the industry. But only the problem is, that is our intake. What is your output? Output in terms of projects, applications, and how it is helpful to our society. Why the society will gonna grab your product? And if it is really synchronized, the brand comes like Facebook, or brand comes like Uber, or brand comes like Swiggy, brand comes like Nike. You know Nike? You have a brand. I don't know whether you heard or not. Nike do not have any production house. It's all outsourced products. Only they place their brand over there based on checklist which they already have. Test the products. If it compliant to their standards, they'll place Nike, sign over there, and that becomes a Nike product. They do not have. In the same way, like
Ola,
Ola,
Uber, they don't have even
they
a
don't have their
single
own
car.
cars, no cabs. And see how much funds they are earning, and so it's all ideology. Implementation of ideology will turn up in employability, even entrepreneurship, or many different ways to start your initiatives.
Just like a startup grant.
Right. So I quickly hand over a mic to our another eminent speaker, Dr. Mr. Tripathi. He's from Arison Technologies. Sir, kindly share your valuable thoughts. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll hand over to you.
First of all, very much thanks for inviting me here and organizing such type of conferences, because this is the computer science. All of the students here are from the computer science background. So the computer science background students main aim to do the job and do the job in very graduate or postgraduate. They very few students are want to go in the higher PhD or research. So for that, how they get the job in early stage. For getting the job in early stage, you need to satisfy the demand of the market. मार्केट में डिमांड क्या है और मार्केट में डिमांड क्या है, ये कौन बताएगा कि मार्केट में डिमांड क्या है. These type of conferences are required for that. And my faculty members. So currently for computer science stream, suppose ma'am said big data, sir said AI and Internet of Things, IoT. These are very popular and demanding streams for you students. So I need to request from all our students कि please read your core technologies in very deeply manner, so that you can understand what they want to deliver, why that curriculum is written for you, what they want to deliver you, so that new technology coming emerging new technologies you can understand. Suppose I given the example of AI आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंसी, कैसे पता चलता है उसको कि हमें यहाँ पे ये डिसीजन लेना है. उसके पास कोई ह्यूमन माइंड तो होता नहीं है. मशीन कैसे समझ लेता है कि हमें ये डिसीजन लेना है. और जो कमिंग टाइम है वो एआई का ही टाइम है, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंसी का ही टाइम है. आज रोबोटिक्स के बारे में मुझे लगता है सभी लोग समझते होंगे. Robotics is the product of AI. So the second is interconnected technology is big data. So AI जिस बेस पे डिसीजन लेता है उसका कोर पार्ट क्या है, उसको कैसे वो डिसीजन ले पाता है. सपोज आई गिवन द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ ए वेरी न्यू बॉर्न चाइल्ड. वो कैसे समझता है कि हमें ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए. वो अपने आप के सराउंडिंग्स के उसके साथ जो हैपनिंग्स होती हैं सराउंडिंग्स में, कि मैंने ये किया था तो मॉम ने डांट दिया था, मैंने ये किया था तो मॉम खुश हो गई थी, और उसके अकॉर्डिंग वो बिहेव करने लगता है. तो वो जो उसका जो फैक्ट है वो दैट इज कॉल्ड द फैक्ट एनालिसिस, दैट इज़ द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द बिग डेटा. वो बिग डेटा से निकल के आता है फैक्ट. सेकेंड थिंग एक रूल होता है. रूल समथिंग आपको गाइड करते हैं कि रूल आपको इसके अकॉर्डिंग चलना है, लेकिन किस सिचुएशन में क्या डिसीजन लेना है वो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द कलेक्शन ऑफ योर डेटा, जो आपने डेटा कलेक्ट किया है उसी के अकॉर्डिंग शायद हम लोग भी वैसा ही करते हैं। आई मीन
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Quickly, I have one case study. Shall I share a case study with you? And then we'll go for question answers. How many of you really want to earn the money 15 lakh rupees right away? Everybody. Wow. Do you have a plan using any technology? Recently, I earned, I'm going to share that part with you, based on a small problem. The problem was similar like one or another organization from Jaipur. They also used to conduct research and all. They come to us and they said, sir, we want to go for email campaigning, mass mailing. As I was discussing about email, mass mailing. So that we'll able to approach worldwide all the researchers so that they can come and publish their papers to us. How you can support to us? Can anyone support? I'll give you a query right away. Please tell me how you will do this. You know mass mailing process? Anybody knows? You know how to send a mail? Everybody knows, right? Can you earn the money, 15 lakh rupees by sending a mail? Can you do this? I'm talking about very layman part, but with very technical part. It is again the connectivity of cybersecurity, AI, and big data. So this is what the project is all about. I'm going to share it. And this is what I did. That's what I'm sharing with you. And any person who is interested, please come and connect to us. We'll give you the model. Come and work on it. You will really earn the money like anything. It's a real-time scenario, which I'm going to share it with you. Because I think lots of problems were there, how we can go with higher education and many other things. Come on, let's think from the real-time practical approach. Reverse engineering, that's what. I'm giving you the query. This is a query, mass mailing. What is the process of mass mailing? Can anyone explain? Please. How you'll do the mass mailing? My problem is, we have to invite the speakers or the paper presenters, say for similar conference. This is what like the conference is going on. How you will do that? Anyone? Do you really want to use Google at that point of time? Yeah, please.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
If I have access to some data of the email IDs of the people, the
Okay.
concerned people, I'll just sign up, free sign up to MailChimp. And
Great.
They give a platform for email advertising.
Wonderful.
And just feed all the email IDs and I can customize or personalize the kind of mail I want to send to people. And it will at a time to time, which is being set up by me only.
Wonderful.
So it takes only like a half or 1 hour if I am really knowing what I'm doing. So just a little coding required. So this will.
Okay. Now, can anyone give an answer on codeless model? I think you said MailChimp is one of the product. I agreed. I have used that and now I stopped using it. Only the part is they are also, greedy about my data. Because they are also, eager to get my data, my database to whom I am going to connect. Why you already using Gmail? Why you want to switch to MailChimp? Have you ever thought?
No, because MailChimp giving me a personalization of features.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It means, have you ever worked on MS Word? And now I see the hands, please. Who already worked on MS Word? Everyone. Wow. Do you know the one basic feature, mail merge?
Yes.
So do you really want any programming on mail merge? No. If you have Excel sheet where you have email IDs, can I connect Excel sheet with MS Word? Yes or no? Web page, again, you can create some HTML tag even in HTML, web view is also there in MS Word. So even we can prepare that. Why we require a tool like MailMerge or any third-party services? Because it is giving you UI. Great. Right. So my concern is, can we replace MailChimp with my basic knowledge, which is again, even without programming? So again, the alternates are there. Even MS Word is one of the alternate. Right. Now, how to send multiple mails? How many of you really configured Outlook, Microsoft Outlook? Anybody knows about that? Even you can configure your Gmail on Microsoft Outlook. Yes. Right. So for that, what you require?
We require the input or output server.
Hey, great. So you want SMTP server,
Yes,
the
right,
details
right.
of how you'll send, because now
IMTP
my
and
only
SM.
concern is to send a mail. I'm even not going to receive a mail. If required, we'll go and configure that protocols. So it means I only want a one SMTP protocol, a one server. Anybody is good in Linux now? Because now I'll take you to the technology. Anybody is good in Linux? No one. Please start working on Linux. I'm telling you, it's a wonderful product. Wonderful part which actually initiates where you can customize your thought process. On Linux, you can't imagine, within the span of not more than 30 minutes, you can configure your own mail server. Right. So you're automatically going to open a one SMTP port. Only the next part is we need networking. Any person from networking? Any person from networking? Okay. Only the part is why I'm asking you networking. We need one static IP which you have to purchase from your service provider. That's it. Not more than that. And the cost nowadays for static IPs, whatever your internet connection is there at your home, even on broadband, only you pay, I think, $100 extra per month, you'll get a one static IP. Connect that static IP with your laptop, and your laptop also now acting like a mail server. For any particular domain, whatever, you purchase any domain and now you got your own mail servers. So even you can start with a basic business, mass mailing. But now, another technical concern at this point of time. Anyone knows what is the minimum and maximum limit? Obviously, minimum is 0, but maximum limit per day to send a mail, even using free mail server like Gmail. 200, wonderful. So 200 mails only you can send per day, not more than that. Is that clear? So it means what? I have to do what was my objective? My objective was mass mailing. And for the client where I work for this project, they were working from last 32 years in research. Their journal, one of the journal is registered 32 years back. Right? And from that day, they are working on it. Now they have almost 15 lakh email IDs with them. Right? Can you calculate if you use Gmail, 200 mails per day from one email ID, how much time you will take to cover 15 lakh email IDs? And another good challenge. So please start working on it and think in depth. You will get the results like different way, in different manner. Another result. Now, so I have a big data. It's not even big data. It's a very basic data, which is 15 lakh email ID, not more than that. But it is not possible to keep all the data in Excel. Because also, you know, what is the maximum limit of Excel? How many rows? So again, you need to work on these grounds. It means, now as you said, we need little programming. Programming, again on open source, using PHP. Using any good language, Java, C, C++, or even without programming, you have third-party tools where you can connect and do a mass mailing. Already pre-deployed modules are available publicly on internet. Just you download and you can test. Possible. Another main concern is how you correlate. Can you send 15 lakh email IDs? 15 lakh email IDs for a conference where the date is fixed. And you cannot send, where the hurdles are, you cannot send more than 200 email IDs per day. So is it the reason you are using MailChimp? Because they might generate or send more than 200 email IDs per day? That's why you have
This could
opted,
be-
one of the
this
reason.
could be one of the reason.
But again, do you know, there is a concept, a spam, there is a rule even in US, you know, any person who will act as a spammer, how your mails or your ID or your IP also get blacklisted, or even your domain also get blacklisted, in case if you are doing any mass mailing. So if there is a mass mailing project, if you are running, and even you are sending using even Gmail, Gmail also block your mail IDs, or even then what is the use of MailChimp? Their domain also get blacklisted, their IP also get blacklisted, because it's a rule, US rule, and there is a penalty, heavy penalty if anybody is doing spamming or mass mailing or any promotional mail. If it is from a specific ID or specific domain, then again, how you'll send it, how you'll work on it. And then another challenge. Another challenge is whether, like 32 years before, leave it 32 years before, even last year, one of the person is working in one organization. I got their business card from the say last one of your conference. I met with one of the another person. I got their business card. He was working in that company. Now he left that organization. He joined some other organization. Do you really believe that email ID works till date? No. And do you know, according to, then we also use Amazon. So we start using cloud computing. So we try to connect cloud computing with this particular part. We use SES services of Amazon to send a mail instead of MailChimp. The day we started sending mails using Amazon services, where they connect with the credit card, we are ready to pay, and all that stuff. It's not even free, we are ready to pay for it. But my concern is I want to send mass mailing. I want to do a mass mailing. I just send only 5,000 email IDs and they block my ID as well. Even Amazon also blocked our ID. Why they blocked? Because according to them, you send a mail where out of 100%, 80% mails were bounced. And why it was bounced? Whether the domain doesn't exist, whether that email doesn't exist, whether the mail is not responding, whether the email quota has been already exhausted. So there are many different reasons to just to get a bounce mail. And in case if there is a bouncing, 80% bouncing rate was there. And according to global scenario again, the bouncing rate should not be more than 5%. If it is, they'll block your IDs. So that kind of challenge is there. Now please give me the solution. I have given you most of the things, even lots of things are there, but I need to conclude. I'll just give you the brief. Now, are you ready to give me the solution? I'll give you 15 lakh rupees. I'll give you the idea of this. How many? Now I want to see the hands who really give me the solution for this problem. Mailing. I just want to send a mail. Can anyone give me the answer? How you'll analyze domain? How you'll analyze whether email ID is working or not? How you'll analyze that third-party servers are ready to accept my mail or not? How you analyze whether your email ID is spammed or not? Your IP has been spammed or not because you purchased your public IP. That is the initial prerequisite to send a mail, to configure your own mail server. On these grounds, can you do a mass mailing? And if yes, I'm ready to give you 15 lakh rupees. A real-time project which is going on. Give me the solution for this. So please think about problems. Reverse engineering why I said. Now, shall I give you the solution or anyone have a solution, please? I really want an interaction. Anyone have a solution for this?
Yes, students. BCA students.
I'm talking about only very general concept. Mass mailing. Email ही तो भेजना है. We are just talking about how to send a mail. Yes, please. Please, please. I think I think you have a mic. Kindly,
Just try and attempt for that. Give your logics. How it may silly it may be, but you start thinking on those directions.
Hi sir, my name is Dhruv Taneja and I'm from BBA department.
Okay.
From 4th semester. Sir, for that we can use G Suite or any another service provider like MailChimp, which cannot block our mail by linking our domains with that.
Okay.
We can also like add meta tags in our domain so that we will not be blocked by any server for that mass mailing. And if suppose there is a company who is blocking us for sending the spam mails,
Okay.
we can use the Google servers as well to analyze how many mails that we have sent are gone to spam, or how can we make that content so creative that it will not go directly to the spam. And there are many other mail services providers like Zoho and MailChimp as I preferred earlier.
Great.
G Suite is the one platform in which you can like create your company's domain name.
Okay.
And can link your domain with that G Suite account, and they will never block you. Or you can send 100 of mails at one time, and they are also giving free trials for that. For 14 days, you can send around 12,000 emails from 2,000 IDs.
That's right.
And after that, you have to purchase a pack from which you cannot be blocked.
Okay. Great. First, please give him a big hand. He actually worked, I think, very good. Now, I just want to add few points. As you said, G Suite. Think practically. How G Suite is working. Why the US laws, spam, not spam, laws are not applicable on Google, where Google is also a part of US. How they'll give you the rights to send a bulk mail because you're paying is not the answer. Though this is one of the non-technical solution. Being a technical person, I think that is the non-technical solution which you are giving me. Switch from one server to another server. Then why not from Amazon? Why from Google? Why not from other brand? So I think that is not the concern. But yes, you have answered very correctly. That is one of the way where you can initiate. But again, the another problem is, think practically. My concern is, my output is I have 15 lakh email IDs. And I have to send it from my domain. Even I'll use Google and I'll just apply multiple mails. What type of policies, what type of procedures, even they block G Suite as well. It has already been done, tested. None of the server can send 15 lakh mails within the short span of time. Span of time, I would say like a day, even not possible in day. Even a week, even not possible in a week, or even a month. Let's say we'll increase the retention period of the process to send a mail or something like that. Even though in that particular time your email IDs get blocked. You said they'll manage. What they'll manage? That is my query, because there is a CRISP and there is the 15 lakh rupees. Actually, the project is there. And even manually you can manage this part. How you will do this? Have you ever thought? Think practically. Google is giving the answer, and might be you start initiating and you make a payment, you will able to send the mail. Right? You will get some analytical results. My concern is I have 15 lakh email IDs where even I am not aware, I am not sure whether that email ID exists or not, whether the mailer daemon is there or not, anyone's email ID quota was exceeded or not, whether the domain exists or not, whether that email ID exists or not. So lots of challenges are there. I'm talking about all the challenges. How you resolve it? Again,
sir,
you got my point?
Yes, sir.
So G Suite is great. But again, either MailChimp or G Suite or XYZ, right? But what they people are doing, being a BCA, being a technocrat, you're switching your services from one domain to another to another service provider, and after a certain period, you will certainly going to face a lack. There is a dead end is there. Every particular server. Do you have any solution for that? That's what my concern is all about. Are you talking about, means I think now you understood what is computer science, what is the purpose of computer science, what you actually have to learn from your books. And I think that is what all about. I took, I think, more time, I'm sorry, but let me just conclude. Okay, I'll just quickly conclude with this particular part. Using machine learning algorithm, ML, what we did, second, we start working with SMTP protocol. Third, we use a basic language like Python, right? Using these grounds, what we did, we started analyzing, even we use one DNS process. So DNS tell me is like, I say I want to send a mail to Google, like gmail.com. Do you know gmail.com is a domain which never ever used to accept your mails? If you really want to find, there is a concept called MX records. Please find the MX records, mail exchange records of any particular domain, so that you will be able to understand which server is ready to accept your mails. So we want that particular mail, domain, IP, and all their details. So we need to first connect with those servers. Second, we have to check whether that domain is existing or not. Third, we need to check if I'll be able to send a mail to that particular server or a domain, whether server generates some output. Basically, there are certain codes, response codes from the server side. You know HTTP code? 404. What is that?
Error.
What error?
Like you are not able to connect with that server.
No, it's not like that. Even you connect to that server. What is 404? What is the purpose of 404 HTTP code, error code? What not found? Server, domain. No, again incorrect. Exactly the answer is not found means page not found. Web page, or might be there is a syntactual error or typo error. So even server exists. Might be server redirect you in case if you wrong, pass something incorrectly. They redirect to your domain. So domain exists, but that web page doesn't exist means 404. So please read it and do practically, and then you will be able to understand what exactly is that all about. Every protocol also replies something. So we worked on those protocols, we generate the results, and what we did, we prepare a one email filter server, separate server. And we applied all 15 lakh email IDs on that server. Where that server is not sending the mail, it identifies, basically it is a classification algorithm, whether it is an email ID which exists with domain or with all the standards without any typo error. So all filtration being done, and we use a classification algorithms. Mail comes to the classified, so we generate whitelist, blacklist. So we got blacklist email IDs, we got whitelist email IDs. And those whitelist email IDs, whatever are there, on that ground, we use even Amazon, again with the request that please renew our account and will not do any spamming or so. We applied 15 lakh email IDs with 0.05% bouncing rate, even after whitelist. And we charge the basic service. I think to prepare that entire code, you can't imagine why I use Python, not more than 30-line codes. In 30-line codes, I did all these exercises and I charged them 1 rupee per email ID was my cost. So 15 lakh email IDs multiplied by 1 rupee, I actually charged them 15 lakh rupees. No, not per day, all per email ID.
Per mail.
Whatever the data now they have, whether it is means it exists or not, so they have to filter at their end, otherwise we'll filter. On that basis, we really earned 15 lakh rupees running a one server. The cost of that server is one laptop, my old laptop, which is actually even the keyboard was not working. So I used my old laptop, I applied, my internet connection charges was I think 1500 rupees with best internet services and static IP. This is per month, right? And this is all the investment which I did, and using my basic ML skills and Python and basic skills and network and security. So data mining, data technique, data analytic techniques, networking, everything will become a hybrid model. And now that model is working with Kotak Mahindra Bank and Volkswagen. They actually appreciated this model, and now they are using it on these grounds on the basis of this particular. So where is employability? Are you looking for a job or looking for ideology? I think that is what, like how computer science helps you in terms of multiple domain. So increase your skills according to some outcomes. Even you will get a one business model. And you can increase the skills. Sir, I think I already exhausted time. I quickly hand over a mic to ma'am again. Just try to conclude whatever as you suggested. Please, just conclude in 2 minutes, not more than that.
So finally, we are concluding the session that technology is always helpful for the employability, and we have to think more creative, we have to think more innovative, and think for the ideas and do something innovative so that we can get a good grant from the government, we can go through the schemes of the government, and we can initialize the idea and then implement and commercialize the product in the form of product in the market. So that if we commercialize that product in the form of patent, we do, and give the manufacturing to the industry, that is also employability is there. So these type of employability will be always helpful in the market. For example, if I do a patent of some product and then commercializing that patent, that is also one type of commercialization for the market. That is the nowadays startup grant is there, Pradhan Mantri Yojana is there, so many Government of India schemes are there. What they are doing the same thing for entrepreneurship. So they are they are basically working on the ideas, innovative ideas, then implement it, then commercialize that product in the form of product for the market, so that anyone can buy as an open source or a licensed product for the market. They can purchase also. So I am concluding this session. So thank you very much, sir.
Sir has very well said that for the BCS students, understand this, the whole case list which has been spelled out to you, 30 lines of Python programming. Now, this is the keyword for you. And that 30 lines, you can be able to do things, right technology, right kind of, you can say language coding of that, and you can be able to reach up the right dividends, including the solution to the problem. So there are various technologies where the solutions are required. AI, most of the inputs are in where the area of AI has been there. Madam is taking AI and you people see that buddhi-kit.com on the server. You check out on a Google and start the basic AI techniques. What is AI is all about and how we can evolve AI for our home purpose also. Wherever there is a problem, you can work on with that. AI is basic starting. Then there is personalized and predictive medicines. Personalized and predictive medicines. This is the another area where there is injection, there is a watch. Watch has got a pin train, and there is a medicine. After a certain time, they will give you imprint that insulin is provided for diabetic patients. Right? So this kind of thing is emerging. Then we have got extended reality in South Africa. There is South Korea. There is a extended reality concept. They have made the girl has passed. The mother has been crying for last 10 months. Then they have created a reality. In that reality, they will be able to bring back her dead child, and she will be able to look and talk with the dead child. This is again a reality with the IT technology. Then there is computer vision also. Then there is a 5G technology. When you are talking in, you can say Kurdish and we can understand English, or you can talking Turkish, we can understand in Hindi. That kind of things will be emerging with 5G system. Then automatic driving system, just like Tesla. We talked about Tesla car, but driverless car. This is going to be again a new things emerging. Here also you require a lot many programming systems are there. So blockchain technology. These 5-7 areas are there. You choose one technology and work for it. Madam, it is an ocean, and you can deliver lot many good things over there.
Fine.
So with this we conclude. Any questions, any queries to the expert, please, if you have anything in mind. House is open for that same. Anybody?
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Your question is with whom? Sir.
Okay.
Hello sir, my name is Kajal Kapoor and I'm doing BBA from TIES itself.
Okay.
Sir, initially when you came you said that you are specialized in the field of cyber crimes and cyber security.
Right.
So I can ask the question related to that.
Most welcome, please.
Sir, today our conference is on the topic employability in higher education.
Right.
Like how this, as you have heard around 2-3 months back, there were so many cyber crimes happened in Delhi and the neighboring countries related to Amazon, Cloud Factories, Google Pay and Paytm also.
Right.
So how can we relate that cyber crime, cyber security with this employability in higher education? If you please can tell me in detail.
Certainly. Okay. Cybersecurity is nowadays a very vast domain. And as the industry is going in the digitalization, even online payments and many online payment wallets are there. Security will give you a high employability because first you need to understand the real-time problems. We are solution providers, right? And solution providers, can you able to audit your mobiles? Can you able to audit your computers, your laptops? Can you able to audit the application like GPay or any Paytm? What is the procedure? How it works? How it connects? And now let us talk about the incident as you raised. Incident like some say financial fraud is there.
Yeah.
Let's say some mobile got hacked. or somebody's identity theft, case of impersonation, case of ransomwares. Can you ever thought like why it is coming, where it is coming, what type of platform they are going to interact, how easily they are interacting, and what type of the issues were there? That is the basic responsibility of any cyber security professional.
So like recently I've heard the case of spoofing.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah. So it was very, around 10 lakh rupees were deducted from the bank account.
Okay. So what is that
through
all about?
spoofing.
It means there is a behavior. So we people are always trying to analyze what was a pattern or a behavior behind any crime. And is there multiple patterns or multiple behaviors were actually circulating in our society or not? If yes, then actually the best part in higher education or in especially in terms of cyber security, employability is like awesome. Because now, in case if you can generate a solution, a basic solution, you can't imagine the money which you can earn like anything. Even one of the case where I think sir was also aware of, one of the problem came to us that one mobile carries some data and we have to extract the data, and it is not possible. Even the vendors of that particular mobile phone, they simply denied that will not work on it, will not help you. Many forensics companies were simply denied that will not able to help you, will not able to recover you. But because of our basic skills, a new problem, we try to diagnose and able to generate the outcome, a real-time data from that. And that solution actually means generate the funds like anything. Because now your customer, your client is ready to give you blank checks. Because you are the only person who can solve their problems. And it act like a Brahmastra. So employability in security is like tremendous jump, right? It actually gives you the real impact. And remember, security, what is cyber security? Nowadays everybody is saying it's a domain, it's a topic. I always say, even I spent more than 23 years in cyber security. What I say, I'm not a cyber security professional. Actually, I'm a professional for all the existing domain, whatever is available in the market. And only my job is, I do reverse engineering. I need to understand how that model is working. Yesterday I was in one of the conference, somebody asked me, hey, do you know WhatsApp is always doing end-to-end security model? It always shows me there is a, again, legal process, technical process, but why WhatsApp groups got hacked? How is that possible? So I said, shall I give you the answer how it will work? There are certain docs available where you can even go directly become a member of any WhatsApp group which is publicly available. So how is that possible? Because the endpoint security was missing. Because it is not the model of WhatsApp. WhatsApp already prepared their model. They already came with the new updates. But whether you really updated your mobile and is it compliant to that model or not? So where is the gap? Researchers or cybersecurity professionals are working on the gaps. Find the loopholes and can you mitigate using your skills? So it's more skill oriented. The more you have skills, the more you are professional, more you are cybersecurity professional. So it is a topper layer of all existing technology. Will certainly help you a lot in your employability. Understood?
You, sir.
Hope I answered your questions. Right. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Good afternoon, respected sir and ma'am. My name is Anandita and I'm a BCS student.
Okay.
My question is from Dr. Helene Kaur. Ma'am, can you please tell the employability skills required for IT and the employability report for the past 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10
In
years.
IT.
In IT,
and
as
skills.
you say, as you know that what I believe is that in a lot of companies nowadays, it's a global recession is going on. Because if we take about artificial intelligence, a lot of they are replacing the humans. Robotics are replacing the humans, and employability is getting down. For example, in Japan, in Korea, in a lot of foreign Western countries, it's humans has been replaced by robots. In offices also, in other areas, in MNC companies also. So employability in every sector is going down. So not much vacancies are there globally, nationally or internationally. For example, whatever we do, if we do a course in AI or big data, whatever field, it's globally recession is there.
I just want to add with this particular part.
Because displacement, their artificial intelligence, it's been displacement replacing with the robots.
Very simple part. Your degree will help you. It opens the doors only for interviews. To crack the interviews, you need skills.
Yes, sir.
If you have good skills, your employability is there. Very basic things.
Because employability only depends on how much you know, what is the knowledge, how much you want to, means how to crack the interview. What is your knowledge, core technical knowledge you have in that subject.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, teachers. My name is Yash Parashar and I am from BCA. And my question is from Mr. Girdhar sir. It's generally a question based on cyber security, as my friend tell you.
Okay.
My friend recently buy a phone from advertisement that is given on the Facebook, and the phone was faked, fully faked, and he gave cash on delivery on that phone. But if Facebook, how much know that these users are buying fake products and these all things? So how we save us from that, and how Facebook is not blocking the fake users who is sending fake phones on that?
Okay. Okay. So whenever you are on e-commerce model, could be a Facebook or any e-commerce model, lots of, again, crimes are going on related to the same, that there are fake products, fake vendors. In fact, the vendors are fake, and they are asking for funds get replaced, and they'll simply send any damn product, right? Under that, if you talk about legal terms, there are a couple of things. Facebook is, again, they have their own protocol. They have their own department to take care of all these things, and they actually used to blacklist the products or their vendors, right? So they already have a disclaimers to be signed duly by them. But that's another their internal model. Being a consumer, you also have in India, we have a Consumer Act. You can file a suit also legally to that company from where you purchase, because you make the payment to Facebook. You never make the payment to any vendor. You're not aware of that vendor, but the product was actually flashed on e-commerce site. So under IT Act, under Consumer Act, you have the rights. We can talk on that. It's a big part where you can go for it. A part of that, the best part is whenever you are online, another good model is, in case if you face any disputable product, any disputable transaction, or you have any grievance related to any service provider or anything, even though you have an option for money back, always try to go with the standard service providers, where in case if you face any inconvenience, you will get a process of money back, which is again free of cost from their side. So at least the consumer should not be suffered because of these issues. So there already the concept is there, right?
But recently I used my Facebook account and I found that particular page who is selling fake products, and I report on that.
Great. Then what happened?
But nothing happened. And my friend recently complained on the cyber security too, and he called in the Jafrabad police stations, but nothing happened on that too.
Okay. See, even that's what I said, there is a process. So under Consumer Act, we can lodge a complaint. There is a proper procedure. I don't know where you have approached and what is your procedure in that particular case altogether. Because in case if you already make a payment, could be a cash on cash delivery or a prepaid or whatever, hardly matters. If you make the payment, see, remember, so I have some do's and don'ts in terms of e-commerce, right? Whenever you are making a payment, are you making a payment to Facebook? I recommend to make the payment to those service provider. Even if it is a cash on cash delivery, whether that feature is provided by like Amazon or Facebook or so or not, right? Because then delivery is again concern, that is a mode of payment, is a different concern. But actually the order goes to, from your side, the order goes to Facebook or any e-commerce portal, right? So you have a grievance cell, you have a process to report, And any police station, I think in case if you face any money laundering or any cheating, it's a case of cheating also 420 IPC.
Yes, sir.
Right? So in case if you feel that there is a cheating, we need to just check about the procedure, how the people cheat actually. And you need to make a request to the police station that they should lodge a FIR. If they lodge FIR, it means it's a cognizable offense. And if it is a cognizable offense, then it's mandatory for them to lodge a complaint. If they'll not listen you, you can approach. There is again other procedure. You can approach to ACP, DCP and all. Or even there is a cyber cell in case if any cyber activity is involved into it. Right. So Government of India or even our enforcement agencies are giving lots of things. But yes, it's a tedious process, long time process. You need to wait. But only the first part is you just try to check whether your FIR get registered or not. If it is, then police also have some time to investigate and they'll submit a charge sheet to the court. So it's a complete procedure.
Thanks.
But again, in and outs are there. As sir very correctly said, we are in India, have a great population. It's very difficult. Even in police station, they have lots of cases, similar cases. So it might take time. But yes, you will get the resolution. It is possible.
Thank you, sir.
Right? Thank you. So I think, well, time is less. Already the other speakers are there. Please, we can sit together or personally I'll take or other speakers can also take a question. Any other question? So I think we'll go for that. We are already
last
exhausted
question.
the time. Last question?
Just a short question. I
Okay,
want to.
please. I think
Sir, like if we send our email from the web hosting like Hostinger or HostGator, then that mail directly get to the spam or anything. We cannot send it in a bulk. So how to, why we don't create any platform in the web hosting itself other than G Suite or anything service provider to send our mails in a bulk in a web hosting itself. So there is no
really
platform
required? See,
Yeah.
in you have Gmail. In Gmail, you can able to send a mail. Even you can write multiple CC,
But
BCC.
there are some restrictions, like you can send only 10 to 15 minutes
That's
per day.
right. That's right. So that's what I'm saying. Even though, so on a genuine basis, your number of mails should not exceed in particular mail. Right. So there is a limit. There is a limit again for per day because it is free services. So they have restrictions. Even you make third-party paid services. It's another model because they already have the process to do so. But technically, if you really want a solution, you can do a better you can become a better service provider like anything or any third-party service provider. Only you have to be a logical and you need to understand the steps to process.
Sir, that's what I'm
Technically,
saying.
Process has already been introduced and available on Google.
Why India is not creating any platform for that and
Agreed.
like in web hosting?
I agreed. I think you are in Technia.
Yes, sir.
I'll give you a small concept. For BCA, you please go and talk to your authorities.
BBA.
Can you make your own mail server in campus? And all students should get an email ID from the campus. So that your data also resides in the campus. Can we able to interact like this?
Sir, like it's like
Start
if we
working on projects.
gather some
automatically get the
small
hurdles
resources
try to
and
solve
make it one, then it will happen, na?
You want any mentor for this? I think many good mentors are there. Or even you want, we can help you. Okay. Not a problem. But we really want, you should indulge in development. You should indulge in the real-time scenarios.
Practical.
Right. Again, which helps you to increase your skills and increase your employability. And obviously, confidence is required. So work on that model.
Thank you, sir.
You'll get the solutions like
We will
anything.
be there to help you.
Right. So thank you so much, and I'm really thankful to the entire Technia team, Dr. Rathod, Dr. Khatri, and all the eminent speakers. Thanks to sharing a dais and giving us an opportunity to interact with the student. Wonderful audience. Thank you so much. Jai Hind.